see some new faces, so welcome, and we have a lot of fun here, I hope. I hope you guys have fun.
Yes.
So, this is the first day of our new season of classes, and so this year's theme is just different cookbooks, just kind of a cookbook club theme. So today we're doing salt, fat, acid, heat. Samin Nosrat. I think she was born in Iran, immigrated to the U.S. Anyway, just a fun lady. She has a Netflix series. Have any of you read or seen the Netflix of the 4 things: salt, fat, acid, heat? So you can go see the 4. Super fun. And do any of you have the book? Sonny does.
I have it from the library.
You have? Oh, the library has it. Oh, good. Okay, so it's just fun to read. It's a cookbook, but it's a lot of information. Probably half the book is just information on salt, fat, acid, heat, and just going through all the little things. And if you're like a nerd like me that just, like back in college, I took like the food science classes and the labs. I just loved. I loved seeing like what different things did, you know what I mean? How it affected different things, and I just love that. And so she talks a lot about that kind of thing, so I love that. Anyway, super fun, and I love that she just used simple ingredients to create good food. And as I went grocery shopping for the food, it was like pretty inexpensive. Like really, it's just simple and basic foods, and she just makes them taste really good. And she wants you to learn how to do the same thing and just kind of be intuitive about your cooking. So she does have some recipes in the back, and I'm doing some of the recipes she kind of suggests for the different areas, the salt, fat, acid, heat. So we'll just start with that. We're going to have a few taste tests along the way. We've got some pasta boiling with different amounts of salt in the pasta water so that we can see. So salt is just intriguing to me. When I grew up, we had this salt, right? That's all the salt we knew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, iodized. I don't think they had iodized the day I went. But that's all we knew. This is from like my kitchen at home, like all the salts. And she talks a lot about the salts. She basically just uses a couple different salts. This is her like go-to diamond crystal kosher salt. It attaches to food readily. Anyway, the whole book goes through all the crystal formations, and there's like all the things.
Is it a lot different than sea salt?
The formation of it is
Yes,
like
okay.
the way the crystals are formed. So this will like kind of,
Adhere better? Or?
and it's lighter. So on one page of the book, she goes through all the salt, and so maybe a teaspoon of this salt is like a tablespoon of this salt, right?
That's a
So
lot different.
it's good to know your different salts and how they work. This salt will dissolve like in a soup or whatever you're making a lot quicker, so you're not over salting, right? Because sometimes it takes a little while for the salt to dissolve, and then by the time,
It's too much.
yeah, it's too much. So it's just learning what the different properties of salt and what, she talks about what to use when and how and with what kind, like.
Is it brand specific, or is
Mhm.
any other?
This is brand specific, this diamond. I went to a conference a couple of years ago and went to a little demo, and they mentioned the diamond crystal salt and how that's what restaurants use pretty much across the board, is the diamond, yes.
Is this salt better if you're on the sodium restricted diet?
So there's that, right? So do what your doctor says. But there's ways to get the flavor without having so much salt. She also suggests just the kosher salt, which is a pure salt. When we start getting like this in the blue can that I have underneath, they have anti-caking additives or the iodine or different things. She feels like this tastes metallic. Do any of you feel that, or maybe we're just used to it and we don't? taste it. So anyway, and then she likes sea salt. So sea salt, I feel like for baking, or you know what I mean? I feel like this is a more 1-to-1 ratio for this. So basically she just uses like the 2 salts and goes from there. There's also the finishing salts. Have any of you used any of the finishing flaky salts? There's a couple different brands. This one has garlic with it. Sometimes I'll cook some veggies and at the end just sprinkle it on top and it makes it look pretty and it gives it that extra taste. So anyway, a whole chapter on salts. It's so intriguing to me. So lots to experiment with at home. All right, we're gonna start with the chicken. So she does the buttermilk marinated roasted chicken. And when I first made this, my son was like, it's just salt and buttermilk? No other like seasonings or flavor? No, and I'm making it just how she says. I'm just doing it. So good, you guys. It's just taking simple things and the way she does it. So this is a day before. We salt it for like a half hour. I put salt all over it and then added the buttermilk that also has more salt in it. And then it's marinated since yesterday morning. So this has been just hanging out, marinating, and the salt just, you know, you've heard of how they brine the turkeys, and that's what it is. It's going to keep that moisture in and just make it delicious. So
Is it a full chicken or chicken breast?
this is a whole chicken.
Whole chicken.
And I'm weird. I hate cut, I don't know. But I had to cut off the wings. Becky walked in and she's like, I just have not done that before much. So, and a lot of her recipes are the whole chicken. She likes the whole chicken. She likes the fat, you know, and all the stuff that it brings. So, I bought these at Costco, and they come in a 2-pack bag. So, I'm gonna pull it out here and get as much buttermilk off as I can as I'm getting it out. And then I'm going to tie up the legs. So I have some baking twine here. Do you guys cook whole chickens? Or do we just buy the rotisserie at Costco?
A lot of
Right?
times.
Right there.
Martha's.
I mean, it's actually cheaper to buy it already cooked at Costco than to not. These chickens are a little bigger than the 3 to 4 pound. These are about 5 pounds. But we'll just tie this up. Oh, see, just me and raw chicken. I just can't. I wouldn't even know how to cut it up, like whatever. But. They're just slippery. I need a third hand is what I need. Oh, here we go. And this doesn't happen at home. When I'm at home, it like works really well, right? Okay. I'm gonna kind of wipe out the buttermilk. So well-seasoned cast iron pan. And we're gonna pop these in the oven. She gives a little, the way to put them in the oven too is what, so she's gonna put the legs toward the back left corner to begin with, okay? So the breast towards the center. Because the breast will cook faster, which it takes longer down in here to cook through. And then we're gonna do that for 20 minutes at 425. After 20 minutes, we'll reduce the heat to 350. And then in another 10 minutes, we'll rotate the chicken so that the legs are in the other corner of the oven. Okay? Got it? She's been doing this, so yeah, she just started like in college. Her and a friend decided they wanted to go to this fancy restaurant. What's it called? Something. It's in Berkeley, California. Anyway, they saved for like months to go to this restaurant. It's like $100 a plate, you know. And she just fell in love. Went in the next day and applied to be to buy pass the tables, and they hired her. And then she got in the kitchen, and that's how she started, because she just loved the food. She just fell in love. And then she just learned. And then after a few years, she decided to go to Europe and learn more, and so kind of a fun story.
Was that just a dry cast iron pan? Nothing in it?
No, nothing in it. And I'm just gonna dab a little bit the buttermilk. So yeah, we'll just let this do its thing. Are we ready with the pasta? Where did she go? We're gonna let you taste the pasta in the different salted water, see if you can taste a difference. Okay, except I'm gonna turn these back this way. So I can- And they're heavy, you guys. Okay. So what is this one, the first one? Is this the unsalted? Unsalted. Unsalted, okay. How much salt would you say you put in your pasta water?
How much salt? Is that- How much salt?
How much salt?
Like a teaspoon?
Like a teaspoon maybe?
How much
Okay.
do you do?
So this one's no salt, the next one is a teaspoon, the next one is 3 tablespoons, what she suggests. She's, her little phrase in the book is saltier than the summer sea, so. So it's saltier than, I have gone ever since reading your book through like so much of that sea salt for, so anything, vegetables. So she talks about it salting from within first, getting that flavor within like a potato, or do you all salt your potatoes? While you're boiling them, yes. If you don't salt your potatoes, how do they taste? Not good, right? And you can't add enough salt to make up for that. So this is kind of the concept she goes by.
So when you put that much salt in, does it like ruin the sauce or whatever you're gonna put on? I mean, you don't want it too salty. I mean, to me, that tastes a little saltier than I would.
Normally.
Yeah.
Normally. So when the sauce gets done, I think it just kind of
It all
melts.
works
Yeah, melts.
together.
So is it really salty?
Yeah.
Does it taste really salty?
To me, it tasted salty
And you adjust
to whatever you.
to whatever you,
Yeah.
but I feel like we probably don't do enough
Probably.
in the,
Yeah, maybe between the teaspoon and the 3
and, right?
tablespoons. That's a lot of salt.
Oh, it's so much salt,
Yeah.
so much salt.
Was it a specific
So
kind?
is her sauce not salty at all? So that it wouldn't
So,
matter?
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to.
So experiment.
And is it kosher? She used 3 tablespoons of kosher?
I use,
Or did you use sea salt?
I use the sea salt.
Okay.
And in her book, she has, if I can find it real quick, a little chart. Here it talks about the salt structures that I was talking about, like, and why they're different, you know, when to use. But right here, she has like these basic salting guidelines and what to use and how much, depending on different salts. So that's kind of fun, because I've always
Yeah.
thought about that, because I'm like, this isn't the same as this, and you know, you just kind of have to, you learn
The
and,
textures are so
yeah,
different. Yeah.
so.
Does she do Himalayan too? Or
She didn't talk about Himalayan, she just talks about these two,
those two?
and then the sea salt.
Okay.
That's pretty much, and then, finishing salt if she wants to, yeah.
Was that like a whole pound of pasta that you like
That
in a
was
package?
just a half a package.
And 3 tablespoons and half of a
It's
package?
per water, so how much
Oh, okay.
water,
Okay,
right?
got it.
So for a
Oh,
quart of
yeah,
water,
that's
she
true.
was saying, did we put 3 tablespoons or a tablespoon? Maybe we put too much. No, it said 1 tablespoon per quart of water, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
So we just did 3 tablespoons. So it'd be interesting to see when sauce is on, if it kind of,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so that's our first little experiment. We've got the chicken in the oven. Let's go with the rice now. So she makes this rice. Her grandmother, like it's just their culture to make this rice in this pan. And I guess their rice takes all day long to do, but she's kind of made it shorter. So we've got I should have put this in sooner, Amy. The basmati rice. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Like this. It's a little bit longer grain. And I've rinsed it. She rinses it like 5 times. Puts it in a bowl of water, swishes it, gets all the starch out. Okay, you're gonna kind of die about this too. But I'm doing her recipe how she says. 1/2 cup salt. But it worked. I did it at home. It worked. So this is the one that's less potent, right? Okay, so
Better not be on a
I'm gonna add a little more water to that. But we're gonna drain a lot of the water,
Yeah,
or most of the water.
and
It
the
has-
rice
Uh-huh.
on the salsa.
it's gonna just go in, and that's kind of flavoring from within, is what she talks about. We flavor in layers, not like at the end with the salt shaker at the table. It's as we go along, and that's the concept of this whole thing is you can't just salt at the very end. It's not gonna work.
But this should have talked about like health consequences with how much salt.
Yeah, I know.
She but you're not gonna be eating all that side. But she does say we all need salt in our bodies. We all need it to live. And most people are okay. It's if you have an issue then.
Yeah.
I mean, I do the diabetes class. I think Betty would be dying right now. I do the food for her, and she's like, no salt, no salt. So it's so hard. It's so hard because, according to her, like that's the building block of
Food.
cooking at all. Yeah.
So my husband has kidney disease.
Okay.
So he has to have the non-salt flavor, which Costco sells a few containers. But that wouldn't be the same, would it?
No, salt is salt.
Salt is salt.
You can't.
But we're good about not putting salt on the
And
table.
there's ways to try to flavor, things, but I feel like still salt your water to cook things in. I don't think you're getting a ton. I'm not the dietitian or the
Right.
doctor, but I feel like the processed food, the chips, all the stuff that's do you know what I mean? I think if you're home cooking and you add some salt in your water to cook your pasta or potato, you're not. That's just my 2 cents. But because things are just not good out that little. Salt's a flavor enhancer. It enhances the flavors that are there. So, all right, we'll get that cooking. I should have had it already going. It takes about 7 minutes, and it will just boil in that water, and then we'll drain all the water off. So it's not like rice that we cook and it absorbs all the water, so it's not going to have all that salt in. And then we're going to cook it. We're going to add some yogurt to part of it and cook it in a pan. It's a really interesting thing, and you think it's going to have no flavor, but it's kind of good. Like there's you can see her very few ingredients, but she makes it taste good. So I hope I do her justice and you can taste that. So I'm going to get this melting too. All right. Now for the cabbage slaw. She loves this cabbage slaw. So we have, I've just sliced some cabbage. this right here is a half of a head of cabbage. And she says to salt it and let the water drain off of it or any liquid that comes off. When I did it, nothing came off. And she says that's okay because cabbage is a little drier. It's not like some of the leaf vegetables, but we'll let that sit for a minute and see if anything comes off. And then she also likes to soak her onions in an acid. So we're gonna soak it in lemon juice, except I'm gonna just do half of these. 20 minutes before, so 20 minutes before, put your salt on, macerate your onions, is that what she calls it?
Yeah.
And then, just again, that, doing every little part, flavoring it and getting it all good. So I'm gonna just add about half of this, which is a quarter cup. Okay, so we're just gonna let that sit and do its thing. In this, we're gonna add some parsley and then some oil and red wine vinegar at the end. Okay, we're kind of go back and forth a little bit because we're waiting for those things. Should we make cake? Should we make cake? You like cake? Okay. She has a little story in her book how she doesn't like chocolate cake, and then she tasted this cake and fell in love with it. And it's very simple too. It's almost like the same ingredient method as like I want to say like a Texas sheet cake with the oil and hot water. And so, will you measure me out a cup and a half of the oil and water? Is this one going? Is it boiling? All right, so. So we have the Dutch cocoa, and I used it with just regular Hershey's as well, but I never seen this Valhona
Oh, I love
the
Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli has it.
Yeah. But what's Valhona? Is that a special brand?
It's a brand, and
Yeah.
I couldn't find it,
Whatever,
so
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
where to get it. But anyway, so we have, Ghirardelli's a good brand. So
Very good.
okay, cocoa and flour. Let me go down with the sugar. And you don't even need it. You just need a whisk. So this is like so easy to make. The salt and baking soda. Okay, so there's our dry ingredients. And I'm gonna whisk it together, and then I should have whisked it in this other bowl. Suggests sifting it when you get it all together. So I'm gonna sift it into this bigger bowl here. Okay. Do you guys sift?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. It's just an extra step, right?
Especially
Powdered sugar, cocoa, yeah, things that kind of get a little lumpy.
clumpy, yeah.
Yeah. And put a little bit more in. Let's just take a minute and sift. So she thinks she likes this cake because it uses oil instead of butter. It's the type of fat that's used. Like a cake mix and a lot of cakes are made with butter, and she likes the oil. So anyway, we're gonna do this oil cake.
Are you using olive oil in it?
No, we're not doing the olive oil. We're just vegetable oil. She says a neutral flavored oil, so like vegetable oil or
Or canola?
canola, yeah. She talks about in her book how fats carry flavor. carrier of flavor. Adding garlic to olive oil or anyway, lots of different things.
The rice waters.
Okay. Okay, let's add the, okay, I'm gonna add the salt. You guys are dying. I'm dying. And then 2 cups of I've rinsed this rice. And then we'll let that go for about 7 minutes, I think it says. Okay. And then we can start that. Okay. Now, we have our 2 eggs. And these are room temperature eggs. And, is that water boiling yet? Not quite, okay. Okay, so with this, series, I have a book I'm gonna give away today, one of you lucky people. And then I have 2 extra books that we're gonna put in our library that you can check out. So, should we draw while we're waiting for a minute? Amy, do you wanna go grab or I can grab it. I'm right here. Amy's my helper, Amy. She's awesome.
How do you check out books then?
Just put your name on the list.
And take it? How long can you have it for?
Before we didn't care, but maybe if you have that book,
Yeah.
get it back and should we have a waiting list? And then when it comes back, we'll call somebody. Let's do that. And then, okay, you guys, who wants to pull one out for me? Christina?
I want the book.
Oh, you want the book? Yeah, would be really weird if you pulled out your own name, right? Okay, Amy.
That's why I didn't want to do it.
I get you, I get you. Da, 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 da. Jen. Jen Dagley.
Now I'm gonna help you cook.
Report back next time, right?
See, I'll buy the ingredients if you Thank you.
Is it boiling yet?
Extra light virgin olive oil for your oil.
It just depends. So there's oil like for baking, there's oil for like if you're just dippy, you know what I mean? So, okay, tell me all the different fats, since we're talking about that. What are all the different fats?
Shortening.
Butter, shortening,
Tallow.
tallow, yeah, the beef tallow is a big thing right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Coconut oil.
coconut oil,
Avocado oil.
avocado oil,
Grapeseed.
Lard.
lard.
You can
What
use,
else?
well, can't you substitute like applesauce and sometimes avocados and stuff for fats too? Yeah.
Yeah, back when I was in school, they were doing the applesauce in the
Yes.
cake mix, like
Yeah.
doing that. Do you still do that? See, that's awesome.
Bacon fat, my husband would say is the most important.
What was that?
Bacon fat.
Bacon fat, there you go. But what does fat do? Do we know what fat does? Flavor, what else?
Moisture.
Moist.
Moisture, tenderizing. So what are the ways we can use fats?
You can saute in it,
Okay, saute,
bake with it.
put it in baked goods, right?
Right, yeah.
Right, what else? What's the big one?
Fry.
Fry,
Yeah.
right? Fry
You
in
can
fats.
dip bread in it, in olive oil, you know.
Mhm.
Peanut oil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Fondue uses like.
fondue, yep.
Yeah.
Fondue, yeah. Like, yeah, I feel like most baked goods have a fat. That's, you know, your fat, your sugar, your
Yeah.
flour, always. Yeah. So. So she says, this is what she says, 3 distinct roles of fat as a main ingredient, a cooking medium, and seasoning. So, and then we're gonna do 3 different fats on bread for you to try too. So we can start getting that ready as well. And then you can try that. Okay, we'll get this cake going. Oh, thanks. So 1.5 cups boiling water.
Did you try it with coffee?
No. I have not. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I have not done that. But they say it brings out the chocolate flavor really well. So, okay, let me make sure I have everything. So, we got the,
Is there such a thing as coffee extract?
oh, I don't know. Is there? Do you know? Okay, and the vanilla. Don't want to forget anything in here. Okay, so we're gonna add those, the vanilla, the oil, and the water together to your dry ingredients. This goes together so fast. So whisk that in. And it smells so good, that chocolate. Can you guys smell the chocolate front row yet?
Do you ever use vanilla paste, and how do you use it if you do?
Sometimes I do, like the other night I put it in the cream, like the
Is it
cream
equal
cheese
to
frosting.
vanilla
It's equal, yeah.
extra? Okay. Same amount or different? Like, would it be equal to the,
I think on the jar, what I read the
It'll
other day
tell.
is the same,
okay.
a teaspoon
1
to a
to 1.
teaspoon.
Yeah, okay.
I bought some at Trader Joe's that I used the other night, but I bought a bigger one at Costco the other day,
Oh,
had a
nice.
vanilla bean paste,
Yeah.
so I'm
Is it
excited to try
stronger
it
or
yet.
what, why would you use it over,
I feel like the flavor's just more intense.
more
It's
intense?
just,
Okay.
yeah.
Kinda like using
And the
natural
little flecks
vanilla
and the, you
beans.
know, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I haven't done a lot of that, but I have bought it so that I'm gonna try more,
Yeah,
so.
okay.
Okay, now we're gonna add 2 eggs. And that's it for the cake. We'll get that incorporated. And then we're gonna put it in 2 8-inch rounds. And, she suggests what is this called? Parchment in the bottom. And I always do that or wax paper, either one works. She said flour and grease it, flour it. So I did that yesterday against my better. This is the only thing I'm doing different from her today. So I did it yesterday at the cake, and the cake just doesn't pull up on the side of the pans and stick. And so you have this domed cake. But when I did it at home, I didn't follow her. I'm like, I don't grease the sides, and it was so much better. So do the non-grease. I don't grease it at all. I just put the parchment in the bottom,
Yeah.
and then when it comes out, I run around with a knife, and then it pops out. Because if that oil is on the side of the pans, it's not sticking to it, and it's not going to rise.
True, yeah.
So it had only, as far as I filled it, is as far as it had, you know, and the rest. So
Interesting.
that's my tip of that I don't want to do like her.
True. Shipping ones too.
So.
So you just put the parchment paper on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay. And
so
nothing
trace it.
else?
Put
No
no.
grease, no
No.
flour, nothing?
I mean, if you feel like it, but it just gets on the side. Anyway, it did not. It just isn't as pretty. It doesn't
much.
come out. Yeah. So.
The rice is done.
All the rice is done. Okay. Let me pour this in real quick.
Sure smells good.
Sometimes I'll weigh them to make sure they're exactly, but we're just gonna eyeball today. So pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Bake them 25 minutes, and then we're gonna do a whipped cream for the in between and on top. And then she wants you to get the bubbles out. So we're gonna do that. Oh, did we do the, did you turn the chicken? Turn it down? 2 more minutes. Okay. Yes.
Where was
No,
I?
where, yeah. Oh, that's hard now.
Exactly, yeah.
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's his day, so we're like.
Okay, we're gonna strain it into this fine sieve strainer. Let me clean up real quick here. Okay, so I'm gonna take a cup of the rice and put it with the yogurt. All right? So this is totally different than anything I've ever done.
This is the salad.
This is the Persian rice.
Okay.
So 3 tablespoons of plain yogurt with 1 cup of the cooked rice. We've drained off all that salty water, right? And then once that is combined, I have a 10-inch skillet here. Melted butter, 3 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons olive oil, and we're gonna put this yogurt rice mixture across the bottom, okay? Have any of you had something like this before?
No.
So it's just gonna be a thin layer across the bottom. Like that. So we have the fat is all at the bottom. We have 2 different heat methods. What are the 2 different heat methods we're using on this one to cook?
The boiling and then
Boiling,
this.
and then in the pan, right? And a lot of times we want to do that, right? Like, it's not always maybe one heat method. Maybe we want to combine a couple different heat methods.
She rinsed it. She had cool rice.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, we're in a hurry, right? You always keep me on my toes. It keeps cooking, but we're gonna, I hope, speed this up a little bit today. So we're gonna put this back on the stove top, and it's gonna get really crispy on the bottom, and then we're gonna invert it, and hopefully it looks really pretty on a platter, like all crispy. And you feel like it's not gonna take, like, there's not much to it, but it is good, so.
What size of cast iron are you using?
What was that?
The size of your
This is a 10-inch. Right.
What if you don't have cast iron? Do you think you can substitute?
Yeah, you could just use your nonstick or your, okay, so it's supposed to be domed a little bit in the middle. And then poke holes to vent a little bit. So I'm just gonna poke a few holes. And we're gonna put it back on the stove and let's do its thing.
How is this Persian-ish? Why is it ish?
That's how it was in the book, right? Because, yeah, her grandma, they'd take all day to do it, and she made it faster.
It normally has raisins and nuts and
okay,
it's
yeah, I
it's
think I've seen
fancier.
that, yeah.
And you can do different things. I read also like the add-ons, you can do potatoes at the bottom, or what's the other ingredient? Anyway, there's
no
different
other
versions.
seasonings then?
No.
Interesting, cause I would think
I know, I was like,
Persian-
I don't
does
know.
Persian have more seasonings?
But she does it on her Netflix series, that's
Yeah.
one thing she does, in her book, it was
She
like,
shows.
do this.
Yeah,
So,
that's what-
so I thought it was appropriate to try that for her. Okay, so we're gonna try the different fats on the bread. This is butter, so we'll pass that around. Buttered bread, it's not too light. And then, this is her suggestion in the book as well, the coconut oil and then the olive oil. So we'll start with those, and then I will, finish off the slaw. Salted butter. Was it salted butter? Does it taste salted? So not much liquid came out of that. We're just gonna.
Did you start with the best? The worst?
Yeah, we should have went the other direction, right? Okay, so we have our cabbage. Let me make sure I'm getting everything here. This is half a red onion, and I'm not gonna add the lemon juice now, I'm just gonna add the onion part. And then if we wanna add a little bit of juice later, we can. What was that?
Where did you say about coconut oil? Does that go later on the rice or?
No, it's just on the bread.
Oh,
It's just tasting different fats on the bread. And of course, if we toasted it, that would bring in a new flavor, right? It would make it, so. But this is just, we just thought, we'll just do it plain, not bring in the toasting. Okay, and then, about a half a cup of parsley. And she has some other versions of slaw in her book. That's coconut oil, right? Yeah. And then the red wine vinegar, so there's an acid. And our olive oil, our fat. And we're just gonna toss that up. Looks like the chicken's doing good. Yeah, Yeah, she has a few other versions of her slaw in her book, but she adds a couple if she wants it more to go with Mexican or, what was the other one? Indian or whatever. Thai, she'll add a few different seasonings or whatever. So when I made it, I thought it'd be good, like just with some chicken on a tortilla and the slaw and just like make a wrap or something. It would be super good. Okay. So there's all there's to that.
So that's really smoky, is it supposed to do that?
Yeah, you're supposed to go high and then low. Maybe we'll burn it. I don't know. It's when I'm doing 12 things at once.
You just don't want to get the fire department.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not without me good.
She said, Okay, looks like we're just waiting a few minutes for things to get done. Any questions about anything or comments?
We're looking up this word, pade.
That's the name of that rice in Irene.
Okay.
So I looked that up last night on Instagram. She talked about how, like, her mother and grandma would be in the kitchen all day, simmering, doing all these things. And then the men, like 10 minutes before, would take the meat out above the fire and take 10 minutes to cook their part. But they all tasted good, no matter, it's just like the method you use and, you know, the heat method. So we didn't talk a lot about heat. What are all the different types of heat that you can think of to cook something?
Grill, smoke,
Grill, so like a dry heat.
bake.
Bake,
It said smoker.
smoker, yes. She loves smoking too. That's it.
I thought the heat would have been like peppers, like there's heat
Right.
that way. And a
I
spice.
think she would call that more like the acid
Okay.
that brings, a little zing to it.
Okay.
We didn't talk about acid, we can talk about these things.
Did you talk about steaming?
Steaming, yes. Steaming gets things a little hotter than the boiling point. So we boil something and what's the temperature when we boil something? Do we all know that?
No.
212
212.
at sea level, right? We're a little lower than that. But but when you start putting the lid on, it helps it get hot, that steam happens, especially like you're thinking of an Instapot that runs on steam, can get up to like 250. So that's the benefit of the pressurized, creates all that steam and then cooks faster.
Is blanching
Blanching, yeah, so what's blanching?
just like dipping it in the water almost, right, for a short?
Yeah, for a short time. And what's the benefit of blanching?
Keeps the color.
Color, especially if we are what, freezing
Stops the
or.
cooking process, once you take it out and put it.
So yeah, you take it out, put it in cold water, blanching, okay. What are some other?
off of peaches.
Yes.
And tomatoes.
And tomato.
Yeah, so we use it a lot in canning, right?
In canning,
The blanching, or preserving foods.
We do it for our vegetables before we fondue, so they're just cooked just a little, like the broccoli and,
Right.
yeah, cauliflower.
Because we tend to what, overcook our vegetables
Yeah,
probably?
yeah, we do.
What are some ways you could cook a carrot, say? What are some techniques you could use to cook a carrot? Saute, steam, roast,
Broil,
Stir fry.
okay. So lots of different ways. Are they all gonna taste different? Right? So she talks about thinking about your end product and work back on what you're gonna do to get that end product. So like, which ways you're gonna cook it, which ways you're gonna do things ahead of time, like we did with the chicken. Oh, I forgot to mention on the chicken. She talks about taking meat out, like at least an hour before, and salting it at least, and letting it come to room temperature before throwing it in the oven. It just makes a big difference in how it cooks.
Same with eggs, with cooking,
Eggs.
baking, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's just a lot. It's just so fun to read her book. There's just a lot to talk about.
She goes through everything in here.
Oh, she goes through everything, and I keep thinking I can't remember everything.
Yeah,
And I have my little notes.
Yeah.
And what else about heat? Did she say?
Toasting, did you talk?
Toasting.
Like
So
nuts?
so when you toast, it does the Maillard reaction. I remember learning about it in college, which is the browning, which creates an acid.
Oh.
Interestingly enough, is that crazy? Like I never knew that until
Like
she was
in a
like,
nut or
that's
something if you're
in
toasting?
a nut,
Yeah.
in bread.
Bread?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a way to create an acid. If you need something, like we can eat a piece of bread, but you toast it, and what happens?
Yeah.
It tastes so much better,
Mhm.
right?
What about browning like meat and stuff before you put it like in the crock pot and stuff like that? What is that just like kind of coating the surface or?
Yeah, and she talks a lot about
Sear.
browning. Yeah, searing, browning it,
Yeah,
and how important that is before you
do your next.
put it out on the
yeah.
smoker, put it in the Instapot, put it in the crock pot, or braise it in the oven. Whatever you're doing, that searing process is important. So, it's just all the little things that aren't hard, but just make a difference in the end product. Yeah.
Tricia, I never
Yeah.
heard of this lady or the book.
Haven't you?
Has everybody else?
No,
Oh,
So she wrote the book in 2017. Did I mention to the whole group or just you guys? There's lots of copycats out there that have. She, in her workings and stuff, came up with, or realized that these were the things that made every dish like what they needed. So then she wrote this book. She started out as a writer, like she went to college to become a writer, and then just became a chef. Like just kind of got like, so she's kind of put the two together, and I forgot, where did the other book go?
I have it right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this just came out September 16th.
Oh, so that's new.
Her,
This is
Yeah.
good.
because she's more of the type that's like, no, you just cook intuitively, and you go to the farmer's market, and you make what you have on hand, and you know what I mean, you be creative. And then she decided one day, she was making something and was like, oh, everyone should have this recipe, and then she's like, oh, okay, maybe I will do some recipe. So anyway, this is just brand new, like, and we can pass it around too, hot off the press. I ordered it before it even came out, and it came the day it came out, like it was in the mail. So anyway, kind of fun. So she has some fun things I want to try in there too. It's just so many things and not enough time, right?
And then I kind of got the idea for this cookbook club. I want to do a cookbook club. Have you guys heard of the cookbook club things happening?
No.
I heard about it a couple years ago. So book clubs, we all know what book clubs are, right? So, do like a different cookbook every month, and everyone makes a dish or something from the book, and then they meet together and eat and talk about it. And
Let's do it.
my daughter in Iowa has a little group she does it with. It's so fun, and yeah, let's do it. So this is kind of my version of this, but yeah, get a group together. I'll be in everyone's group. Or we can start a group, whatever. But it's just fun to just like, I am like a cookbook collector, like, it's kind of ridiculous, and so, it's just fun to be able to go through and be able to try all the things and not have to actually do them.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they just kind of have a spreadsheet, and they just kind of make sure they have so many main dishes and appetizers and desserts and whatever out of the book. And just kind of have a variety, and then they all just kind of choose something. So I think it's
Bring it
pretty
already
fun.
made, you don't make it there.
Bring it already
Okay.
made. There are groups that make stuff
Yeah.
in the group,
Yeah.
which, but bring it made and just eat and have fun and just have a nice
Easier.
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah,
And and then everyone can talk about what they made.
yeah.
So I was going to take, I have a bajillion cookbooks. I was going to give them all to the library or DI. But maybe if we had book club, there'd be others that would have books that, you know, they found they've enjoyed, but now it's time to move on and we just trade them all and trade
Do
off.
it, swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
that's a
can
great
totally do
idea.
that.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it. Bring your books.
Yeah, you could even do it at this class, right?
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
could bring it.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And
trade.
even if we, and that's what this is kind of too, like, or we can replenish this a little bit, but, I kind of want to get this more replenished with more up-to-date books, but, yeah, it's just fun to look at them, and then if you want your own copy, you can get your own copy. So, good idea, thank you. So yeah, should we start gathering books? How do we want to do it?
Well, next
What's your
month.
vision? We just next month bring them?
Next, just bring
Just
whatever.
bring whatever you
Yeah,
want.
cookbook
and-
swap, so we'll just
Yeah.
have a table set up maybe out in the hall, and
Yeah.
people put their books, and people can pick up whatever they want.
That's great,
Yeah, good idea, thank you. Cause yeah, that's a really good idea. I go to the thrift stores and look for books. I found a lot of books, now this is probably not working, that I like, and then I've got them for my daughters, like, kinda collect them, cause they'll like them too, so I've kinda collected that way. Anyway, it's just fun to go look, but, and I order my share off Amazon too, so there's that. Right?
You must have a library.
Well, I bought 2 cabinets that like are on each side of my dining room window that I started putting books in, so. And then there's some downstairs too. We just pretend that we don't have a problem, but. You gotta have some joy in life, right?
That's right.
Gotta have your things. So, yeah, so that will be fun. So yeah, next month we'll do that. Next month, the book is the book on pie. What's her name? Do any of you follow her on Instagram at all? Erin? Is it Erin?
Erin McDowell.
McDowell, yes,
Yeah.
yes, Erin McDowell. So next month
Are you
for
doing like
pie.
different pastries and stuff, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just, whatever her theme of the book is, I kind of focus on, or what she, I know this is a little teaser, she likes to pick up her pie and eat it. So her crust is sturdy, yes, enough, pick it up and eat it. So,
So it's not
I'm
a
excited to get going on that book and trying the different things.
Is it a piece of pie or ham pie?
A piece of pie, like, she'll take the whole pie out, like, out of the. If I could get a TV in here, maybe I should bring some videos. I wanna do that today, but I don't know where we're getting a TV. I wanna have like TVs and stuff, yeah, I have all these plans.
Just for future classes, I did notice that a couple of the books are on sale right now on Amazon.
Okay. Perfect, yeah, we'll be giving one away every time. I have
2 extras of all of them already that after the class we can check out. So that will be available. You might have to wait a minute, but I think this is around 25 right now on Amazon. It goes back and forth. But it's just a good, I feel like it's a textbook. I feel like it's just that information. So if you love that, then let's see if there's any other little tidbits.
So on this cake, where it's, I'm sure you'll get to it, the vanilla cream, is that something that's already made? That I don't, oh, it's on the back page.
Oh, we can make the vanilla cream while we're waiting.
I was like, should I know what vanilla?
Let's do that. We'll make the vanilla cream.
For this. No, that's for the cake. Okay, I'm gonna wax this up. Okay, so she suggests freezing your bowl ahead of time.
Freezing.
Keeping it putting it in the freezer for 20 minutes. This has probably been in a little longer than that.
Does that help whip it faster or?
It just keeps everything chilled and nice. So
It does.
Grab.
and a cup of cream. And she suggests doing it by hand so you don't over whip it, but I guess if you had kids and take turns, but I'm in a hurry all the time, I feel like. So she said that, and then when I made it, I kind of over whipped it. Not today, but yeah. So knowing that and being like, oh, I can do this, I saw it, so she has the point. So this is gonna go on the cake, and it's just super good on the cake. Just the cream, it's not so sweet. It's just a little vanilla, and then I'll let it whip for a minute, and then add the sugar. And she doesn't add very much sugar at all. I like it a little sweeter than she does, but. So we'll just watch this really closely and let it do its thing for a minute here.
So in your baking here, do you adjust for high altitude at all?
Sometimes I do. I feel like cookies, I'll add a little bit of extra flour sometimes, or yeah, that's my biggest adjustment. I mean, you can sit and adjust the baking powder, baking soda, the sugar ratio and all that, but I usually just try to find a recipe that like works really good. You know what I mean? When I find those recipes, that's what I hold on to for our altitude, or get recipes from people that live more high altitude, right?
Yeah.
So, my daughter moved to Iowa, so they're a lot lower, and she's like, it's like I don't know how to bake anymore. Nothing's coming out, you know. And so we went and visited her in the spring, and I told this story before, but I bought her a Midwest baking cookbook. It was someone's
was in the Midwest, so, like, here you go.
Here you go. Yeah.
Hopefully these recipes work a little better, but she just struggled a little bit. And I mean, I grew up in Ogden, moved from there to here, and it's like, the
Different
cookies
too?
that I always made did not work.
Oh, really?
I mean, just like 1,000 feet, it was just weird. So even just moving to here, I had to adjust.
Oh,
So,
I see.
yeah. Okay. I am adding a little more sugar than what she said. A couple tablespoons. I'll let that go another minute and then we'll pop that out. And here's the finished cake.
Wow.
It's just simple and it is yummy. I almost feel like we could start with cake. Oh, this is how we always are, right? We eat dessert first. Do we, the slaw's ready, the cake's ready. How long was the rubber chicken ago?
Yeah.
Okay, don't let me forget about this cream. It's coming. What did you think about the fats on the bread?
Butter.
Butter. How did the coconut oil taste? Was it okay? Was it bad?
Tricia, what is the advantage of freezing your steak or how?
Just keeps everything cool and it's with nicer. We're almost there on that. We'll go slow. Okay, I'm just gonna pop these out.
So other than the parchment, there was no greasing.
No, so
That's
see
awesome.
how easy that came out? Just run a nice around pan. What was that?
You like those cake pans and what are they?
These are, what brand are these? Well, these are Wilton. There's like Daddy-O and some American, and there's some other good ones too.
Pam said she just got some pans. Tell her about the
Yesterday, I ordered them on Amazon a
Okay.
few days ago. And they're deep like that, and they were 3 in a pack. And what they came with was pre-cut parchment, like 200
Oh,
sheets.
nice.
With pre-cut handles, paper handles on each side, just lift
Oh
them
my
out.
heavens.
On Amazon. Yeah.
That's cool, yeah, because it's, you
So
know,
I'm
tracing
curious to-
around and
yeah.
getting them, it's all the little things
Yeah.
that.
And they were super cheap, so I'm curious to
Yeah,
see
you're
how.
like, Give us a review.
It's kinda too good to be true.
I know, yeah, let us know, and we'll make the cake,
Yeah.
and then. But super, simple and easy cake.
Yeah, really.
My daughters are into like making all the, you know, cake by Courtney cakes and decorating them cute.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I don't have time for that. Okay, you guys make the cakes. So,
Yeah.
but this is just as good. Do you know what I mean? The taste of it, I feel like these are
Yeah.
just as good. So, we'll let that cool. Should we try to pop out the rice now? Cross our fingers. Yeah. We're not nervous. The cake came out, right? So that worked. I'll move some of this out of the way. Okay. So she says, just, you know, rub a spatula around.
Yeah.
It might be sticking.
You didn't oil that or anything, right?
There was butter and oil in
Oh,
the
that's
bottom,
right.
so there's
Oh,
quite a
that's
bit.
right. That's
At
right.
home it came out pretty good. I don't know about today. I'm nervous, you guys.
That's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay, you'll be.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be okay.
We
She
think
says
they're
if
awesome.
it doesn't come out evenly, you just scoop it in nice little mounds.
Yes.
And no one knows the difference, right? So we'll see.
And it was meant to be that way.
Then it was, yeah, that's what she says. It's just meant to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay.
That comment right there means it's very hard to do.
Yeah. Even the grandmas struggle sometimes. I've done it before. Okay. Okay, this is what we'll do.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, you guys. It was almost there.
There you go.
And she said, if it looks a little like that, it's good. So see?
Yes.
Anyway, so you'll all have to get at least some of the crispy
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Did she recommend a cast iron?
Yeah, she did. 10-inch, I did exactly 10-inch cast iron. So, but if you don't have that, you can use whatever. Okay. Maybe, so much time we have on the chair. Where's your phone? Which pocket? 3 minutes. I'm gonna poke it at the. Put the thermometer in real quick. I think the chicken needs a few more minutes, but do we want to start on the other things? And then by the time we do that, I should have thrown one in sooner, sorry about that. So yeah, you want to just,
Just trying to get
Kind of line up and go around, that will work. Don't be shy, yeah.